So Nikki, he has this model of how we run our elections right now, but he wants to talk about how to build a better ballot, which is a different way of scoring people's opinions, and I think it's a lot better too. So the alternative here is, let's see, he talks a lot about just what you would want in a voting system, and I guess he talks about objections you would have to changing the voting system. First, he says, why would anybody want to change the voting method? They vote this way. The people that got elected doing this same voting system. So why would they want to change it? If they got elected, why would they want to change something? The second objection that Nikki Case mentions is that people will say that there is no perfect voting system. And that's kind of what this impossibility theorem talks about. Of course, it also involves some assumptions, so it doesn't apply everywhere. I would say, yeah, here we go. So the proof does not apply everywhere. Well, now we talk about first past the post. First past the post is where you have a guy that votes for whoever's closest to him, and if he likes red, he doesn't say anything about who he likes between blue and yellow. He just votes for red. Whoever gets the most votes wins. So that's pretty simple. It's what we do now. Everybody knows that's how it's done. You could also have a different method of voting, and this would solve the spoiler effect. So if you vote for whoever you like first, second, and third using this method of putting a 1, 2, and 3 near each choice, you can get rid of the spoiler effect. This is just a little demo showing what that means. So you can see that the numbers change when I change the position of the voter. There's also these little strings that indicate distance, and if you're at the number 1 choice of the voter, you have this thick line there. So that's just explaining what the ballot looks like, what people would, how people would judge based on distance, who is closest would be their number 1. There are many ways to use this information. You have instant runoff voting. This is also called ranked choice voting, and Maine has changed their voting system so that their entire state will use ranked choice voting to decide their senators and congressmen, and it's a great idea. There's also word count, and there's also Condorcet methods. Let's just describe real quick ranked choice voting. Each person, basically it's just a process of elimination. So if, say this guy isn't getting many votes, then he is taken out of the race and the votes are counted again. And because everybody ranked the candidates between yellow and blue, everybody will have a preference between yellow and blue. You don't have to put your preference down, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. It's the same as not voting if you don't put a ranking for each candidate. So, strongly suggest that. So Nikki just explains that this is the method of instant runoff voting. You eliminate the last candidate and recount the election. Keep doing this process of elimination until you have a winner. Each person is assigned to their number 1 choice And then when an elimination happens, they go to the next choice. So that's kind of like, if you go to a restaurant and they are out of the dish that you choose, then you go with your second choice. Same idea. And this is also very related to the caucus method of elections. So if you imagine you have a group of people and everybody goes and sits in a corner of the room corresponding to their favorite candidate. So you have like maybe 4 corners of the room and people are grouped up. So you look at the smallest group and ask them to go to their second choice. And then you have to do another elimination. So you look at the smallest group then and ask all those people to go to their next choice. And you just eliminate until you get a winner. So it's pretty straightforward. I think there are some better methods, but this method eliminates the spoiler effect, so it's great.